我中文名字叫刘丹，刘丹象征着我传统的这一面。然后我的英文名叫 Darcy。Darcy 它给予我的生命又不一样。我可以追求人生自己的梦想。我第一次见到大海的时候，好像是19岁，很震撼的感觉。我就知道我的灵魂跟我的心是属于大海的，我内心很平静，但是。而且我是来自一个小山城，离大海非常远的一个地方。我是来自湖北恩施的，我妈妈也是，从小到大一直都生活在这个小城市，没有在大城市去生活过。然后在我们的环境中，我们不去学游泳。首先，觉得海。我们对海的定义就是危险。从小我父母就送我去学舞蹈，可能是期望我当一名舞蹈老师，然后住在恩施，在那儿成家立业，过上幸福的生活。这是他们期待的我的未来发展是怎样子的。那不适合我，那我一定是要去选择这个过程。就打包了行李，就搬来了三亚。啊，我也选择选到来海南三亚，也是因为来了三亚，我也冲浪。接触冲浪之后，我才有这个机会参加比赛，全世界最强大的一个长板比赛。因为这个比赛它是在海南这边举行的，所以当时他们有一个外卡，要邀请本地的外卡选手，所以他们要选择一个女子来参加这个比赛嘛，我就是唯一的一个选择在那边。而且跟我一起比赛的是，他就是上一届的世界冠军，然后我跟他在同一组比，那就根本不叫比赛，我跟他没有办法比。我的父母在最开始我接触冲浪的时候，他们的第一反应绝对是觉得我这个太危险了。
浪那么大，而且有鲨鱼啊。
不管是我掉在水里面，我被板撞到，那个水呛到我鼻子里面，一切。但是，我觉得我出生以来我就有这个能力。拥抱一切的未知的那种勇气。我当时接收到那个外卡邀请，这就是一个学习的机会。我当时就是一个觉得自己非常幸运，就从那个时候开始，就已经在改变我的人生轨迹的故事了。我冲浪4年之后，就成为了一名职业冲浪运动员。中国的第一个冲浪者，第一个把冲浪文化带来中国。 在我开始学冲浪的时候，它就是空白的，是没有的。我们在最开始学冲浪的时候，第一是没有板的，像现在你在中国学冲浪，你在哪儿都可以租板。我觉得我现在的工作就是传递、去分享冲浪的生活方式、冲浪的文化，可以给别人希望，还可以帮助到别人。尊重大海。有一天，然后你回头一看，哇，发现现在的我跟以前的我有好大的差距。冲浪是有改变我跟我妈妈的关系的。等一下我们切完这个，吃完饭了，我们就去冲浪啊！
好啊，
教你冲浪。特别是去年的时候，是他第一次，站在冲浪板上。他说：“哎，我都50多岁了。”我说：“你可以的。”然后他冲得很好，我觉得他很有天赋，一下就站起来了。我觉得我们现在的关系更像是姐妹。但是我很感恩，很感恩。原来我选择的这个生活方式，就是影响了很多人。
I got a feeling, nigga, really that my money be the roof. Look up at the stars, she like, honey, what a roof. Pull up in the dogs, canaries, they go on roof. Even once had a job pouring top on the roof. That boy had it hard, no facade, it's the truth. So now when I'm an Audrey, get massage, it's the proof. Proofs in the pudding and that bacon soda taking. Paper that I'm making, gotta take your photos naked. Listening to niggas like whistling at Wendy Williams. I flip my middle finger, I'm chilling on 20 million. The rumors turn me on, I'm masturbating at the top. These hoes so excited, so they catching every drop. I'm dodging debacles like potholes in Jamaica. We cut down the weed, bury the paper on the makers. Martin had a dream, Bob got high. I still do both, but somehow I got by. Creflo praise, Mike Vick paid, Bobby Brown stray, Whitney lost way, Kimbo slice on the pad when I write. That Mayweather money looking funny in the light, but who really cares? We just throw it in the air, celebrate the wealth, pouring more in the hair. Excuse me, her weed, the blue is the weed. Trunk full of white car, smell like blue cheese. That boy gets salad. Beat bow movements, being dubs on them big things, looking foolish. Shout it, sit low, big things popping. Tip on the Glock from a trip up in Compton, shooting at the cops. Fuck one time, I gave her to the block. I fuck one time. We boys in the hood and nigga, your little tray. Suppress your appetite, we taking your little tray. Love my handgun for my chopper, this shit banned in 1994, but I'm too legit to quit. 96 kilos was the shit, but that was better than roofing. That shit be bad for your skin. Niggas was ruthless, Lord knows that I seen. But I thought about my future in the loops I could pin. Walked out on the gig and I turned to the streets. Kept my name low key, I ain't heard from in weeks. I came up with a strategy to come up mathematically. I did it for the city, but now everybody mad at me. Motherfuck them all. They sweat from my balls. If I drop another album, I get that from my dogs. 10 made bucks, everybody ride big. I just sit back like, look what I did. Then I bow my head and beg for forgiveness. Once I say my prayer, everybody got their business. Smoking on a blunt in my own restaurant. People looking from a distance think I'm Big Daddy Kunk. Reincarnated, spirit of a G. Beef will make your dinner, take a seat so we can eat. A Farrakhan aura, pause on the pork. You eat from the bowl while your dog need a fork. Niggas ain't loyal, snakes slithered in their coil. I'm laughing at you cuz, kill you niggas when I'm bored.
Anniversary, that's pretty massive.
It's been going a long time and it's still going, and 25 years is a hell of a long time to run a comp.
25 years, that's incredible.
Well, it means a lot, like 25 years of one continuous contest.
It's our 25th wedding anniversary, eh?
It's a huge achievement for the club.
Obviously a milestone for the club.
Pretty amazing for a small grassroots event to be 25 years going and getting stronger every year.
Starting in 1996, progressed so much, mate.
It's come a long way, like from the first comp where we had a little tent on the point to what it is now.
It's become like a full-on big festival on the point.
It's pretty much packed point like back in the Stubbies days.
Depth is growing too, like the surfing, the standard is amazing each year, and
it's about surfing a single fin out at Burleigh and having fun, mate. Having fun is half the fun.
It's a great community event.
And it's a great weekend, it's a great festival.
Our tribe gets out and surfs the old school boards. That's how we've looked at it.
It's a highlight of Gold Coast surfing calendar.
Single fin. The single fin's everything, mate.
You know, in 25 years, I hope it's the same.
I really don't want to see it change too much.
Hopefully it gets better and we just keep improving. I wouldn't want it to be too big and mainstream and just have all professionals. You know, I like that idea of having some locals being able to compete.
Gives everyone a chance to surf against each other, from your average Joes to your pros.
A lot of people call it the best weekend of the year, and it's definitely not far off. It's pretty bloody good.
I think the history of Burleigh makes this event the best grassroots event. This is where man-on-man surfing started, and Burleigh board riders have really gone on and kept that authenticity in it, and I love the way it is. So many smiles on so many different people from all over the coast. I just hope it keeps going on the trajectory it is and we get to enjoy it.
Funniest moment, God blimey.
Had a lot of moments in 25 years.
Oh, there's a million things I couldn't tell you, but things you probably shouldn't say on camera.
Having my leg pissed on in the pub maybe by a certain person.
So I'm lucky to have a liver or any life left after all these ones.
If you actually win the event, you actually earn it because you've probably had a bender.
Andrew Johns going ass up on the rocks.
Joey Johns and Matty Hoy, when they're here and they're jumping off the rocks. And poor old Johnsy.
He just pretty much had a shocker. He fell on the rocks, cut his feet all up.
Come in with Hoyo's board, and all Hoyo was worried about was his board.
Me dig van, me dig van!
And not Johnsy, who had needed stitches and everything in his leg, yeah.
Couldn't play for the Newcastle Knights for a month or so. I think he got in a huge amount of trouble and was told to never come back to Burleigh ever again.
And I thought, hold on, we're going to get sued by the rugby league here because they got no one to play for them anymore.
Actually, my favourite moment was PR won it, actually the first one. PR won that comp and he passed away, and then we made it into the PR comps.
There's a lot, probably at the old Gold Coaster Hotel one night after the single fin, and I was walking past the pool table and I saw two legs, pull the two legs out, and it was Bowen, and he was asleep under the table.
A lot of crew sleeping in cars.
Yeah, usually, you know, the boys rocking up hungover. The old battlers there in the morning, they've just been drinking all night when you roll up for your heat in the morning and they're still there, barely standing, and then they get out and have a surf. It's pretty cool. The way they would try and rock up in the morning and surf those single fins is pretty funny.
Yeah, well, the single fin's got its own little vibe. It's like a microcosm of fun.
If you want to party, you can party. You want to surf, you can surf. If you want to do both, you can do both.
The venue would be number one.
Just the vibe on the point.
and just having it in the lovely Burleigh Heads.
It's just a beautiful place.
Burleigh board riders, Burleigh Heads.
The mood you get just coming to the national park, it just makes you chill out and want to have a good time.
It's such a good vibe on that hill on a Sunday afternoon.
Burleigh is built for a spectator surfing. You know, it is a natural amphitheatre, and this one is such a good community-based event. Everyone gets down there, watches, has a laugh, cracks a few tins in the afternoon.
To have that atmosphere right here on the point, it just creates a certain vibe that you only get once a year.
Just the sense of community and the fun factor. Everyone's just there to have a good time.
There's been a few good years.
Probably the year I won it.
I think 2010 when we had the Superbank really close to the rocks here, it was just pumping like 3-foot perfect barrels.
It was just wave after wave after wave. Starting to barrel and like really line up.
Did Rasta win?
Year that Rasta won.
And it was just pumping barrels, like unbelievable.
A memorable time for me was, I think it was about 3 years ago when it was dead flat, and we still called it as one of the funnest single fins we'd had. That was one of the most memorable times for me, to see the resilience in the single fin regardless of the waves.
It really attracts some big names.
Oh, biggest names. Everybody has Damien Oliver, a jockey.
The best Australian jockey.
Wayne Gardner, Andrew Johns.
Joey Johns, look out.
Sandon Stolly.
And that's just not the surfers. Then you've got Parko, Mick, Margot, Kong.
Luke Egan, Ockie,
Rasta, Tard.
We've had Rabbit.
Shane Dorian.
Mark Richards has been here.
You know, it's almost who hasn't surfed in it.
Best surfer to surf a single fin.
Can't go past Rasta.
Dave Rastovich was pretty good.
He just surfed incredible, yeah.
Oh, probably James Lewis.
Probably Bottle. Creed's got a pretty rad style when he surfs in the event.
I like surfing against Laura Enova.
You know, in his day, Devek, Cole Robinson was very, very good. He was just about unbeatable.
Probably Joel.
Jolie on Peter Lawrence's little hot stuff.
Parko,
It's Porco for sure.
the turns he was doing on a single fin, it was like he was in a pro tour event anywhere in the world. He was still surfing the same.
That little board he rides every year and just makes mincemeat out of everyone.
Far out. I sound like a broken record saying Joel Parkinson, don't I? But just the way he surfs one of those is incredible. His surfing was always going to suit a single fin.
He's been surfing it like it's a short board, a tiny little single fin board. He was just ripping on it, doing like finners and little airs and stuff. And I was pretty blown away by that.
Just the way Joel surfs a single fin is just second to none.
But yeah, to have it going for 25 years is pretty unreal, and I'm sure this year won't disappoint.
Big wave surfing is an emotional roller coaster, you know. There's a duality of feeling. One side of you just wants to turn around and go back to shore, but the other side is like, holy shit, like, I want to ride these waves. For me, the scariest moment is when the wave stands up so tall that it completely erases the sunlight. And that's when the shadow overtakes you. And you know that shadow, what it is? It's the monster behind you, you know, that you're very close to that danger zone. I started surfing when I was 9 years old. It was like an obsession, my first really big obsession. There was no such thing as pro surfing in Portugal back then. There was no Nazaré, that's for sure. I mean, there was Nazaré, but no one surfed it. No place that can compare to Nazaré. Nazaré is undisputed the biggest wave. I remember in 2004 when I was 14 years old and Ross Clark-Jones and all the great big wave surfers in the world, they want to come to surf Nazaré, and they got here and they turned their backs. They're like, oh shit, this, like, we're not ready for this. I think technology wasn't ready for that at the time. The jet skis weren't powerful enough. The live fests weren't there yet. Happened in the last 5 years in Nazaré has been mind-blowing. You know, how people used to ride the waves and how people are riding the waves these days. It's just a huge difference. Everyone just stepping up their game, getting better and better. Waves are getting bigger and bigger. I think we're only scratching the surface of the size of the wave and what's doable on those waves. Nature always has a superior hand, and it's a motherfucking strong one. It's a beating of a lifetime. It's brutal. All of a sudden you're upside down, rolling on the wave. You're getting torn apart. Wave hitting you, taking you to the deepest, darkest corners of the ocean. And it's so dark down there, so powerful. Your ears start popping, your lungs are starting to compress and asking for air. We're absolutely nuts by surfing these waves, and we all have death wish, but that's not the truth. You know, we want to ride the biggest waves, but we also want to make it safe to our friends and family. There's a really thin line, but there is that line. What's too dangerous and what's doable. And I think the goal is to be on that line and not trespass that line. We all know that, you know, it's a dangerous sport. There's been a lot of accidents. I don't even tell my parents that I'm going out at Nazaré. My girlfriend, my friends, there's always a word of like, hey, be careful, you know? That's the kind of words I don't want to hear, you know? Like, I don't want to be confronted with the risk. I don't want to die, you know? I don't have that desire. I want to live a good, solid life and tell the story at the end of it, you know? That adrenaline of catching a huge wave is just uncomparable. I think I'm never satisfied, to be honest. You always want better and bigger, and there's no finish line. Yeah, I want to ride the biggest wave in the world. That's my goal. I want to ride the biggest wave in the world.
When I first met the family, I was just driving through. Then I came across this painted house. I went in and our relationship started. I really feel good about the fact that people, under all odds, have decided to remain who they are. It is important that you keep your traditions because your children must know where they're coming from. And that has made me have more respect for the people in the rural areas than the people in the city. They have enriched me. It is a privilege to have known the Demanda family, for I would not have had the insight that I have today.
January 24th, 1848. In Northern California, James Marshall finds a gold nugget at Sutter's Mill, a discovery that sparks the gold rush the following year. 1965. In London, former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who led his nation through the dark days of World War II, dies at the age of 90.
If the British Empire and its Commonwealth last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
1989. Confessed serial killer Ted Bundy is executed in Florida's electric chair for the rape and murder of a 12-year-old girl. 1993. Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American to sit on the U.S. Supreme Court, dies in Bethesda, Maryland. Marshall, a legendary civil rights lawyer and activist before his time on the High Court, was 84. And 1949.
Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is.
Actor John Belushi, who played Bluto in the movie Animal House and one of the original cast members of TV's Saturday Night Live, is born in Chicago. Today in history, January 24th. Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,